Hello, I'm Yanis Varoufakis with a message from DiEM25 during a week that a number of Western governments, Britain's, France's, Canada's and Australia's, have belatedly recognized on paper the State of Palestine. If only they had done so many decades ago. Maybe Israel's ethnic cleansing of a people whose existence Israel did not recognize and still doesn't recognize, on a land that Israel was keen to expropriate from these unrecognized people, well, maybe that ethnic cleansing project would have been halted. Maybe it would not have morphed into the genocide that is unfolding with untold cruelty while we speak. Is it not a good thing that the governments of Britain, France, Canada and Australia were forced by public opinion, by sensational losses in voter support, to recognize the State of Palestine? Well, I suppose it is a good thing in one sense. But, friends, make no mistake. I'm very much afraid that Keir Starmer, Emmanuel Macron, Mark Carney in Canada, Anthony Albanese, the Prime Minister of Australia, did not recognize Palestine so as to ensure that it comes into existence as a sovereign state for a people Israel has put on death row, but only so that they do not actually do what they can to end the genocide and to make the Palestinian state a possibility. In a nutshell, these governments, after decades of complicity, are suddenly falling over themselves to perform a performative act in a manner that does nothing to bring about that which they proclaim, a functioning Palestinian state. So let us not applaud them. Let us not be fooled by them. Theirs is not an ethical awakening. I wish it were. It is merely the calculated management of a genocide they are doing nothing to stop. It is hypocrisy, polished to a fine sheen, designed not to end the suffering in Gaza, but to sanitize their role in perpetuating it. On the one hand, we observe the grand theater of great power diplomacy. The press conferences, the solemn declarations, the recognition of a state that exists on paper. Meanwhile, on the ground, the very foundation of such a state, its people and their institutions, are being systematically erased. These governments, the Starmer, the Macron, the Albanese, the Carney administrations, they want you to be distracted by their brave and principled stand while they remain complicit in the war crimes, in the ethnic cleansing, in the genocide. And why now? Why, after the tens of thousands dead, after the schools and the hospitals were turned into rubble, after thousands of wounded children were forced to survive alone, and being forced to survive alone, without their families, who now lie buried under blocks of cement. Because global outrage in their own countries and electorates, has reached a boiling point that can no longer be contained by their usual pro-Israeli propaganda. Their recognition of Palestine is a pressure valve designed precisely to diffuse the outrage, to save Israel's legitimacy, safe in the knowledge that Israel will continue with their tacit support and actual support to block each and every move toward a viable Palestinian state. They are recognizing a Palestinian state while